Hey everybody, it's Mango Meditation here. I'm just gonna go over. It's gonna be a pretty basic build, at least for me it is. But I'm gonna be building for one of my what I consider my family, my buddy Eric. I'm gonna make him a set of fused claptons using 27 gauge clapton M with 36 gauge, and then I'm gonna stage them parallel with 24 gauge nichrome, maybe. At least I think 24. We'll see when I'm done to see what size I might use. But anyway, I have my 27 gauge, 36 gauge, and 24 gauge. So I guess I'm gonna change the camera angle and get you a better view of here. But I'm gonna have a vape first. Vaping this Strawberry from Angry Brothers. It's good shit, man. I could vape it all day long. Actually, I have been vaping it all day long. 100 watts, 0.17 build, some frame staples, smaller ones. I call them smaller because they got 28 gauge frames and only 5 cores of 0.4 ribbon wrapped with one of them's Alien with 36, the other's wrapped with 40 gauge nichrome 80. So. So basically what I'm going to do is take out a piece of some 27 gauge Canthal. Gonna be about there, but 2 times. I guess my intended purpose is to make I'm going to do a 5 wraps and then 4 wraps of the staged parallel wire. Bitch. Anyway, all fumbling and shit like that. In order to straighten this out, I'm not going to put it in the drill. I'm just going to stretch it between 2 pliers. And grab each side. Make sure it's straight and stretch it, and then it falls flat. So I take these 2 ends, put them together here, and I'm just going to trim them off. Bend 90s in the ends. Stick them in the chuck on my drill. Try to get them as centered as possible. Pretty good. I'm going to adjust this camera up so you can see what the hell I'm doing. Maybe. I just put them in my spin LT over here. Nice little spinning device instead of using swivels. Anyway. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can maybe see what I'm doing. So anyway, what I do is take my 36 gauge and wrap it around one of these 90s. Find my little reading glasses so I can see what the hell I'm doing. slight lead backwards of this 90. Go back too far, you'll run over top of the wires, which I'll probably do. Just go at a speed that's comfortable for you. As your wire gets fused, it also gets a little bit more stout, so it's easier to go back on itself. So you got to adjust the angle, and I just did not. It'll be right there. Always back it up and fix it. And then put it back on my spool and cut the end off. I always just leave this loop on it for now anyway, until I wrap the first coil. Bitch. So, as I always do, I take these ends and just bend them up to keep the clapton from spreading. So, I think we're going to go with a 2.5 millimeter inside diameter because he's putting it in a support, whatever, the new RDA. And it's not the biggest of build deck areas. So, what I'm going to do is get my vise up here. I'll probably just show you how to wrap just one coil. We'll see how much time I got. I want to go over 15 minutes of bullshit. What I'll do is just clamp it in here on the edge. Get my 3 millimeter, or actually 2.5. So I'm just going to use this screwdriver instead of using my coil master jig. I mean, you can use either one. Just when you use this, the leg's a lot longer. So I just used screwdriver. It's flush. Already had the legs length. And hold it down near the end. Make sure you get your first wrap as close as possible. I mean, we're going to be staging this parallel so you can have a little bit of a gap. So we're going to do 5 wraps of this 27 gauge 36. All right. And then what I do is I hold it here and I bend my 90 in the lead by bending it over the vise. Comes out pretty decent. And see. So anyway, I cut it off. Get that out the way. Bend over my end that I just cut off. Well enough. Same thing. There you go. So what I'm going to do next is cut this end off. Take out a piece of 24 gauge. Yeah, looks like it'll work pretty good. I'm going to do one round of this spool, see how far that gets me. And what I'm going to do is, this is the way I like to wrap my parallels, is you can put a little bit more space in between when you initially do this wrapping, but I like to keep it tight, and I'll just give a little pull in order to spread them. And then what I do is take the parallel wire, hold it here tight, and then I'll just go around and put it in between the fuse part. So if you can see that. Focus, bitch. So there's in between. And then I'll just set this aside for now. I'm going to have to get out another piece. Eventually I'm going to have to bend this lead up in order to match. So what I do is I bend it a little bit down past this lead here. And then I'll grab my thumb here and push on it and bend it up. Kind of put that 90 in it, so it doesn't take too much effort. Do the same thing on this coil. Perhaps I'll zoom in and see if I can get you a little bit closer view. Let's spread them out. Alright, there it's focusing. But now I got to cut another piece of 24 gauge micron.